This home just sold for $410,000 less than what the owner had paid. That's right. In December of 2021, this property sold in only 2 days on the market for $1.55 million, a whopping $62,000 more than the property was even listed for. And now, less than 4 years later, it's sold again, but this time for $1,140,000. That's only 73.5% of the original purchase price. And the reason it sold for that much or that little is that the property was sold at court as a court-ordered sale, otherwise commonly referred to in most markets as a foreclosure. The truth is, foreclosures are increasing here in my market of Surrey and the Fraser Valley, and that has bloodthirsty investors trying to scoop up these deals at a fraction of their previous price. But foreclosures are not what you think. They are stressful, contain huge amounts of risk for the buyer, and they may not be the deal that you're hoping for. So if you like doom and gloom videos about real estate, subscribe to the channel and make sure you click the like button because prices are coming down. Oh, and I am a realtor here in Surrey in the Fraser Valley, so if you need my help selling, or if you're thinking about taking advantage of this market with these lower purchase prices, well, you can book a call with me right now using the first link in the description below at a time that works best for you. Okay, let's set this up. In what I call the before times, meaning before the market took off in 2015, myself and my team would handle, on average, maybe about 3 listings per year that were referred to as court-ordered sales. It wasn't that uncommon to be dealing with these every once in a while. But then when the market skyrocketed in 2015 through 2018, and then again in 2020, most people in tough financial situations could simply sell their home with all of their newfound equity, and that would clear up any financial problems that they had, like a foreclosure. But now with detached home prices dropping between 20 and 35% in some areas, there is no saving bad buys or poor financial decisions with home equity. Because many of these owners simply do not have any more skin left in the game when they start to default on what they owe. Most foreclosures involve banks that have been approved by the courts to market the property for sale in order to recoup missing mortgage payments and outstanding balances. But court sales can also be many other things, like stratas selling your condo because you didn't pay for that special levy. I've seen bankruptcies and estates end up in court, or even divorcing couples who can't seem to get along well enough to get the property sold, and one of them is granted the right to sell the property. Now, they're not the easiest thing to find here on the MLS. They're not advertised as foreclosures. So in order to do a search for foreclosures here in my market, I have, and your realtor should have, the ability to search under what we call the seller's interest on the MLS for court-ordered sales. Now, this is a bit in the weeds, but because this function is only available in 2 different types of searches on my system and not available in the multi-class search, today I'm only going to focus on the detached home market. And I am a member of the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board, so that is the area that I search to look for properties for this video. Those areas that the Fraser Valley Board covers are North Delta, the city of Surrey, White Rock, Langley, Abbotsford, and as far as Mission. And for your reference or a starting point, as of shooting this video, there were currently 4,262 detached homes for sale within that area. Of those, under 2.5% are court-ordered sales, totaling only 104 listings. That's 104 listings in an estimated area of 1,269 square kilometers, according to ChatGPT. And only 46 of this year's 3,435 sales year to date in that same area are a result of a court order. It's not that many. It's like 1.33%. And sorry, doom and gloomers out there, your news is about to get a whole lot worse. Of all of the 46 successful foreclosure sales so far in 2025, I found that a deep discount on price was anything but. For example, let's take a look at these sales. This is all of the foreclosure sales this year within the Fraser Valley Board. Now, LP means list price and SP means sale price. Look how close these sales are. 5.25 sold for $520. Listed at $830, sold over asking. Listed at $925, sold for $921. Now, if you move up the price ladder a little bit, it does get a little bit better. There are some more deals. For instance, listed for $1.548, sold for $1.47. But you do see also over asking offers and sales at $1.599 as the ask price, selling for $1.622. In reality, foreclosures sell very, very close to their asking price, and there is a reason for that I will get to shortly. But first, here are the realities. Of the foreclosure sales so far this year, 23 of them sold for below the asking price. 5 sold exactly at the asking price, and 18 sold over asking. That's right, exactly half of the properties sold at asking or above, and the other half sold below. Of all of those, the absolute best deal property sold for $94,000 under the asking price, achieving only 91.6% of the list price. But the highest was over ask on a percentage basis anyway by $203,100 or more than 17% above list. Again, those weren't necessarily just on dollar volume, but on percentage of the asking price. But here's the crazy part. After calculating all of these prices and averaging them out, the average list to sale ratio for a foreclosure sale was 100.4%. Compare that to the market average of all properties selling for 96% just last month. Proving that if you're looking for a deal and you want to offer 20 or 30% below on a foreclosure listing, you're likely wasting your time. But why is that? First, the foreclosing party, or in most cases the bank, still has a duty to try and sell the property for the absolute most amount of money possible. As a result, they often list high and reduce the price each month until the property starts getting offers. Second, most banks have some sort of formula that they are allowed to work within. Sometimes the lawyers working for the banks are only allowed to accept an offer within a certain percentage or two of the current asking price. You might see a place that's listed for sale by court order at around $1 million, and it might be true that it's only worth, say, $800,000. But the bank won't sign off on your offer of $800,000 until maybe they've reduced over the next 4 or 5 months from $1 million to maybe $950 after 30 days. Then another 30 days, they drop to $900, $875, $849. And then your offer of $800 might finally get accepted, but only when the property has been reduced down to $829,000. And third, understanding the foreclosure process is absolute key. Once your offer price is accepted and becomes firm, it's publicly available, and other potential buyers are able to participate in a bidding war at court. And almost every court sale I have ever attended, well, there has been multiple bids at court, and that drives the price up. In reality, yes, future court sales will be a huge discount off of peak pricing of the 2021 and 2022 market. But if you think you're going to get a deep discount off of today's market values, well, that's simply not the case. And the court process has changed a lot since about 2020, and you had better understand exactly what to expect. If you have an offer going to court, you need to watch this video right now. And also let me know down below in the comments if you want me to crunch these same numbers for condos and townhouses in another video.